and welcome. Thanks very much for tuning in. Continuous live updates been coming from Mumbai as far as the raids this morning are concerned that happened at the residences of Rhea and Shavik Chakrabarti and Samuel Miranda. Now Shavik and Miranda at the NCB office. Also, the latest breaking update coming in this noon where the Cornerstone CEO and top PR boss Bunty Sajdeh is appearing before the CBI, and this is happening for the second time. He appeared before the investigating officials yesterday as well, and it lasted for over 3 hours yesterday, and today again he has been called in as we are picking up those updates from the CBI DRDO investigation, the guest house, the 15th day of the CBI investigation taking place. Simultaneous probe also happening with the NCB, where face-to-face interrogation that is likely for Shavik Chakrabarti and also Samuel Miranda, said to be close to Rhea Chakrabarti in the case. Going across to our panelists joining us here on the broadcast. Barnali is there with us, and also Aniket. Good afternoon to both of you for joining in. Let's, Barnali, talk about the legal aspect of the case as we are looking at, because with the CBI and the ED investigating the case, the NCB was quick to swing into action, and we saw the action that happened today when those raids were conducted. What is your assessment so far of what all has been happening today morning onwards?
See, if you're in possession of drugs, no matter what amount it is a serious offense, and I think we are all aware of it. So, I mean, and one leads to the other. I saw Rhea's interview, and then I saw her, she gave a statement that Sushant was taking drugs. Now, what drugs he was actually taking, it can all be proved, and the sources are detected one after the other. This huge drug cartel which has been run in Mumbai and even in all the other states, I mean, this definitely should be exposed, and because it is a crime against society. So this is very important, and I don't know what, because it all depends on evidence and all interrogation and something. There's no smoke without fire. The raid is taking place this morning at her place. There must be something which has led to that kind of investigation. There must be some truth in it. So let the investigation go on. Rhea will also get a fair chance to present her case, and she also will get a fair chance to provide all evidence and all the connected sources. If she says that she had never taken drugs, she can prove that herself. But at this point of time, I really don't know whether a test, if it is blood test, is conducted, because if she's not consumed drugs for days, whether that will actually emerge in a blood test reports. But even if little bit, very little quantity is found at the residence, or how Shavik is involved in this, all of this will be exposed through interrogation. And let's see, we are awaiting that.
Aniket, won't that time be lost, because Rhea's lawyer has been coming out and saying that his client is ready for a blood test whenever needed and possible, because according to Rhea herself that she's never consumed drugs before, but the sections that has been imposed on the NDPS Act when it comes to punishment for consumption of any narcotic drugs, that is of the section 27, and of the punishment for abetment and criminal conspiracy of section 29. How do you see the case now building up against Rhea Chakrabarti or even Shavik Chakrabarti, whose name has surfaced involvement with those drug peddlers?
Well, so far the NCB has been summoning Shavik and other persons who are concerned with this matter. But this morning swoop down, early morning raid itself speaks for itself, because it seems that they have got some prima facie material against Shavik, and that is why this raid was conducted. Now, though Rhea Chakrabarti has been claiming that she is willing to do a blood test, but let's not forget that the drugs, whatever she may have consumed, we do not know, but if she may have consumed, it will not be in her body forever. So therefore, it is not essential that only through blood tests it could be proved or shown that she was consuming drugs or this psychotropic substance. Now, your channel has been front runner in bringing all these information to its viewers, where you had shown certain WhatsApp conversation between Rhea and her brother, wherein they are discussing drugs. Now, this WhatsApp conversation itself has got lots of evidentiary value, where if you are discussing about drugs, about buying drugs, about consuming drugs, then that itself implicates you to a certain extent, and therefore it is not necessary, in order to corroborate that, a blood test is essential. this conversation itself is sufficient enough to show that you were consuming drugs, that you were dealing with drugs, and this is a larger cartel, this is a larger conspiracy that NCB would have to unravel. Because had it not been for people like Republic, channel like Republic, all these instances would not have come to the light. Apart from that, let me also tell you that NCB will have to work in tandem with CBI, because they will have to see whether this drug angle has anything to do with the suspicious death of Sushant Singh Rajput, whether Sushant Singh Rajput was intentionally, introduced to this drug scheme, whether he was forcefully given, whether he was, pushed to be taken such sort of drugs. So all these things will have to be looked into, will have to be investigated, and perhaps both these investigating agencies will have to work in tandem.
Right. I just have to update our viewers on a quick breaking update coming in as we speak, Aniket and Barnali, because one of those drug peddlers, Basit, who was also a middleman in this case and who was arrested by the NCB, is now being produced in court. The other drug peddler, Zaid, who was produced in the court yesterday, where the NCB has been granted the custody for 7 days till the 9th of September, and Basit currently is being produced in court. We'll be going across to our reporters there as well to give us an update where NCB has produced Basit at the court there, and will be seeking how many days custody, because this is something that the joint interrogation in all likelihood will be taking place. But this is the courtroom number 47 where Basit will be taken out by the NCB team and taken for a medical examination, then will be produced before the magistrate at the court. And those pictures are coming in of his roles as well as a middleman who was in touch with Souvik Chakravarti.